And we are live.
What it do? What it do? What it do? So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We in full blown lit mode. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, shout out Lit Boy, shout out Hit Boy, shout out all the people that's lit right now. Shout out Lil Dirt, shout out Lil Baby, Fire album this weekend. Lloyd Banks dropped the album this weekend,
Okay.
and old people are still doing old things. I'm just gonna tell y'all. So let me tell you one thing, right? Jezebel, last
Hold
week,
on. No, you didn't. You coming out the gate
I got
with
to do this. I got to do this, right? Because last night, Floyd Mayweather took to the ring. Did you see that fight?
no, but did he lose?
I mean, listen.
Because I read
If
the
anyone is following with my feed, it reads Jake Paul posted a tweet that his brother beat Floyd Mayweather last night, and Floyd Mayweather is now 50-1. So I like to go with the era of the troll because I am loving anyone that is using the internet platform to troll. Everyone keeps calling me a troll, and guys, I don't know what that means. I don't even know how to troll, Jezebel.
But what is trolling?
So I'm guessing trolling is like the new form of saying things that people would not necessarily say in
Oh,
person or just say period. So I'm guessing
yeah.
it's really too honest and blunt, openly spoken. Because I just be
Mm.
saying things that are, real. So
So
I
you're saying Floyd Mayweather got his ass knocked out?
I status that if Floyd Mayweather, I status that Floyd Mayweather was going to lose the fight, right?
Right.
Now, what's amazing is immediately I was bombarded with questions. Do you want to bet? I keep telling people, I don't bet. I'm a God-fearing Christian, and gambling is against God's rules. So I don't gamble, but I will talk a lot of trash and give my narratives to back up why I feel this way. These are reasons why I don't have a favorite football team. I do have
Mhm.
a favorite basketball team, which is the Lakers. Unfortunately, we went home last week, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know where that clap came from, but I'm just gonna assume someone pressed the clap button by accident in the studio. But when we took that L, I was heartbroken by that. But that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. But these are reasons why I don't have any loyalty to teams when it comes to pro franchises, right?
Uh-huh.
So I tweeted that Floyd Mayweather was going to take a L. Everyone asked me to bet, and I told everyone like I don't want to bet. No, I don't bet. This is me just telling you. Ask me why. Ask me why did Floyd Mayweather lose the fight, no matter what. Well, what happened with Nate Robinson when he stepped into the ring with a professional? He got knocked out. You know, we see these people now in 2020s, are starting to take advantage and what we call chasing their dreams, right?
Mhm.
So now I would be all good if it was just like Floyd Mayweather was fighting for charity and he's going to fight against Logan Paul, right?
Right.
I'm like, oh, well, okay, now this is great for the culture. The
Mhm.
champion is fighting the one of the top YouTuber champions, so this is great. YouTube gets a part of it, but then it turned into seeming like a real boxing match. I saw it was on pay per view. They, they were selling it $50 a pop, and that was to see Floyd Mayweather fight. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I got a truth moment, young. If there had been some type of memo telling me that Ocho Cinco was going to be fighting as well, I would have ponied up the dough. I would have paid them whatever they asked me to see Ocho Cinco get into that boxing ring. Now, I don't know what's up with these athletes jumping and cross jumping into different sports and having a good time. And I know what it's about. We all know what it's about. It's about the big payola, the big money, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul allegedly brought in $20 million last night.
Mm.
Did not hit the canvas and was able to go to the club after the fight against arguably the greatest boxer that we've ever seen. Well, now that's in question. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
So
Rocky
Floyd is
Box.
no longer the best boxer in the world
Nah, listen. Like I gotta say,
or the
if
greatest.
if the system may take down Mike Tyson, I still think Mike Tyson is the best boxer
Yeah.
that we ever seen. You
Uh-huh.
know, I don't think Mike Tyson would have gotten to the ring with a YouTuber and let that YouTuber stand around for 8 rounds. Really, really. So that
Hold on. So
really
it went
topped
eight
off my
rounds?
weekend.
I didn't
It
see shit. It
it
went
was
8 rounds?
it was 12 rounds, but you know it's an exhibition, an exhibition means that it doesn't count. So win or lose, it doesn't count. But yet
Oh.
we paid like it was a real fight. They didn't give us an exhibition price. We didn't get it on the exhibition channel. You know, it
Oh, okay.
counted to us. It counted to Americans, unless the good few Americans who have learned the power of fasting. You know, then I gotta tell you, they all had a good opportunity to see the fight for free. You know, some of the links I heard that some of the free links allowed you all to watch Ocho Cinco hit the mat, but it
Hold
did
on.
not.
Ocho Cinco really was fighting?
Listen, Jezebel, I wish I could make these things up because these are comedy. These are comedy lines, but this is real life. Our life right now in 2021 is a big punchline.
Okay. I missed the lot yesterday. Wow.
Yes. I mean, let me tell you, I woke up yesterday ready to press play on my new album, right? And all I could see when I got on my timeline was who are we picking tonight? Now, the Migos performance are always trash to me. I don't really ever see a really lit Migos performance. You know, but that's not what they provide. That's not their thing that they offer. They offer lit music. As long as their music is good, hey, as long as that's good, they're good. And I think the higher they go up, I don't really too much like the boxing platform performances. Did you see our man 3-0 Black bring out the boxer?
No.
Yes, 3-0 Black, all talk, brought out one of the boxers in the opening card, and it was a moment for the DMV that was very powerful. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's probably been other DMV artists that have brought out other rappers, but they're not my mans. I'm not
Hold
cool
on.
with
So
those
did they
guys.
play his song All Talk?
Yes, he performed
Oh
it.
my
He
gosh.
did the walkout. He did the walk.
That's one for the DMV,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's one for the good guys, right?
Ow.
That's one for the good guys. Now listen, y'all. There was a list put out, Jezebel,
Uh-huh.
and on this list, I kind of had a nice little wildfire about this list. Now, I'm just gonna run down these names in order of the list. Okay,
Okay.
the top 10 best rappers of 2021 so far. And the list goes Little Baby,
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole, Lil Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
Conway, Benny the Butcher, Drake, Freddie Gibbs, Nas, Jay-Z, and Jim Jones.
Who keeps putting Jay-Z on that list? And Freddie Gibbs should be
So,
replaced with Fredo Bang. Fredo Bang.
come on, keep on going with some names that could be replaced with other artists. I'm sure we could think of a lot of artists that could be
Who
replaced.
is Conway?
Oh man, I'm still trying to figure it out. I swear, I promise you, I thought you knew who who Conway. The last Conway I knew was Conway Twitty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now now
Yeah.
I came under fire because these was my exact questions. Who is Conway? Right? And I was like, who is Conway? And I went and listened to him, and I heard a very low-fi, very like New Yorkish, back in the day hip hop sound, right? And I was like, okay, but is this the sound that we really want, right? Now, what's interesting is this. Do we realize, understand how many hip hoppers that we discourage and either turn them into workers or get them on point of rapping and instead of being hip hoppers?
What do you mean? Hold on, wait, I'm confused. You said do we do what?
Do we realize, understand how many hip hoppers that we turn away and discredit and discourage every day?
Yeah.
So I was asking what made Conway and Benny the Butcher and the whole gang on there. And then I got down to the bottom of the list and I saw Jim Jones' name on it and I was like, ha, 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 ha. See, at
Now I didn't
first,
say nothing about Jim Jones because he is one of my I ain't gonna say
one of
he's
your
one of my
top 10?
faves, but nah, he's definitely in the top 20 though.
Mm. So like when you be naming your rappers and you running off your list, somewhere in the top 20 rappers is the We Fly High rapper,
Yeah.
Jim Jones.
Bullet. Yeah.
Okay. And then and Pop, Mr. Pop Champagne himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are only two songs that he got.
Yeah. I know.
So, like, I'm not listen. I listen. Like, honestly, when it comes to the rap scene, I'm a little different with it, right? Because I'm kind of like one of those. I'm like Benjamin Button with it. I'm like the Benjamin Button of rap. Like while everyone else is getting older, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting younger. You know, and I'm starting to look at it. I'm like, oh, it's so vivid. It's so extreme right now. Like we're sitting here and we're making lists and we're going out of our way to not put any new school artists on there. And then we wait a minute. Top 10 is a question mark. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've listened to, I was a balling. I liked balling. I yelled it. But guys, that was
Bullet.
up 10 years ago. If I really had to put a top 10 list together, it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's easy to take off names. You got where's Moneybag Yo? Where's Cardi? Where's Megan the Stallion? You know, where are the artists that are really like out here busting their ass off right now with really good shows right now, putting up really good numbers right now? Why is Nas on this list? I mean,
I think
and
I think a lot of that has to do with lyricism
yeah, but
and also originality. I think
oh,
um
yeah.
because I want to say a lot of people had ghostwriters, but a lot of those people on the list we would think wrote their own music. So when it comes to like a Cardi or these newer artists, it's like they don't really get credit because it's like all you're doing is just performing. Really, I
But
think.
there is no originality anymore in the rap game. Not if you want to sell.
Yeah.
And honestly, let's just let me take it a whole nother step with everybody out here, y'all. There is no originality when you say I want to rap. When you say I want to sing. I mean, what's the next thing you can do? What you gonna be original in? What you gonna start just singing mime talk singing? You gonna mime sing for us?
You know what I don't like? I don't like all these remakes though.
Well, you know why? Listen, so it's
It's like
hilarious.
people don't
I
they
don't.
can't think.
We, but we know the business now, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. Do you want to make? Do you want to work with records that already got credit so that you can make a lot of money, or do you want to start from the bottom when you already done worked up? And a lot of the artists don't. Nobody wants to sign a deal and start from the bottom. It just takes a little longer. So you give people the piece of the pie so you can get to the money that matters because it's all about sponsorship and it's all about appeasing the fans, you know? And the
Mm-hmm.
fans are the ones that make these remixes happen. when they compare the artists, when they list the artists and label us. Like it's a shame that I knew off the break that someone almost 50 made this list. If not 50.
What, 50 Cent?
Nah, 50 years of age.
Huh? Wait, hold on. What?
I knew immediately when I got down to the end of that list and saw that it was Jay-Z, Nas, and Jim Jones that someone over 50 made that list.
I still think Nas is one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah. And again, if we're talking about an era of 2021, we can't put Nas on that list.
I still would.
Not of 2021. Who
Yeah, he's a lyricist.
we, I wanna do a project. We should write down our top tens and post them,
Okay.
and then let America debate our top tens.
Hmm.
I've
That
already
makes
been
sense.
I've already been told I think like a 20-year-old Jezebel. So I don't know
Look,
what's your age range going to be. You know.
mine's just gonna be along the. It's gonna seem like I'm in my 40s because I'm still
Okay.
holding on to Nas.
Listen, look, like it's nothing
And
wrong with holding.
Scarface.
It's I would you said Scarface.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, you working on that 40 and over crowd list,
Yeah,
and you too young for that. You
I'm
too young
closer to
for that.
40 than I
You
am 20.
you hit enough clubs. You hit enough clubs. You still a young socialite that should know that if Cameron goes on the list, if Cameron goes on any top 10 list, then I promise you, I won't even read any more lists because they mean nothing. They will
Mm,
absolutely mean nothing, right? But
mm.
we all not gonna argue. No one's gonna argue that with Lil Baby. No one's gonna argue with a name with Lil Baby on the top. No one's gonna argue with J. Cole as number two. But when you start putting people like Conway, Benny the Butcher over top of Drake and stuff like that. I don't really rank ODB in any ranking. I don't really like New York rappers. Like there's a few that get by, but this would seem like it's more of a New York list, except it has Lil Wayne and Drake on it. Those are the only two,
Little
and Lil
baby.
Baby. Those are the names that throw me off because even though J. Cole is not from New York, he still spent time in New York. So I
Mm.
thought this was maybe a New York list. And I felt like maybe this is still a New York list. It's just a weird New York list. He said based on
Is
skill.
so Busta Rhymes, yeah. He said Missy. I wouldn't put Missy on that list. And
If you're
definitely
talking
not Big
females,
Pun.
Big Pun, no. No, no way. So so Jezebel, let me ask you a real live question though. Why is rap the most debated genre? Eh, I really could go. I want to go out on a limb and say the only debated genre. But why has rap become the genre that's like a battleground?
um, hold on. You said rap is the only genre that's like a battle round.
Yeah, everything is battle. Everything is listed. Everything is a competition. I don't hear people say, "Who's the best R&B singer?" Give me
I
your
mean, I think
top 10.
country music is like that too, though.
Maybe, but that's why I say I don't really get into country music like that. But I know. Gospel doesn't battle it out for the throne. They just want to all be good and want to all be. But see, that's not real. It did not come from battling. It came from it came from rocking parties. You know, it came from rocking parties. But it's like the most debated. Every artist is up for debate. There is no room, and if a person comes out as a rapper right? If a person
Mhm.
says to his friends, "I want to rap," he's automatically, "Who do you think you are? Who do you rap like? Who you sound like? You know?" So
I don't see that because when I mean, if you sound like somebody, then you're copying. I just that's just how I feel. I don't.
it's so
Imitation
hard to not. It's
is
so hard to
cool.
not. I mean, like most people sound like this. They hopefully they sound like themselves. But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. But some people really want to like really fix their voices to sound like other people, and that.
I know. Oh my God! Listen, that is the most corniest thing in the world, young. Like like I get messing around with tones and I get having fun with different sounds in your voice. But like to God that only be like, I want to sound like the Weeknd, or I want to sound like Drake on this song, or I want to sound like anybody that's out there doing the Migos and shit like that. That's just wow. I heard
Yeah.
somebody rapping, they was doing the ad libs exactly like another group. You know what I'm saying? I've heard
Hmm.
artists actually say things and because they know I don't listen to a lot of mainstream stuff. So I hear stuff from an artist and I'll be like, "Oh, this is dope." And then
Hmm.
I'll come back and I'll play it for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, "Dad, that's such and such," or "No, that's Money Man," or "That's Molly Ma." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute. How do y'all know these people?" You know what I'm saying? So I'm like realizing that everything is wild, you know? But I believe that rap music, the minute that you say that you want to become a rapper, that you are automatically under the most scrutiny of all things. Like
Hmm.
from and the craziest part is after we go into this, I'm about to go further out on a limb, Jezebel, right?
Okay.
I'm about to go further out on a limb that nothing, nothing that a rapper does matters unless he figures out what the general public wants at that time.
Hmm. All right. So, what advice do you have for an artist that don't want to rap about the typical things, that don't want to sound like everybody else, and talking about lean and killing and stuff
It's
like that? What
it's
what type
interesting,
of
right?
advice would you give to that artist that's
It's
trying to come
interesting
out
because I that those are
and
the
sell
artists
their
that
music?
make it to the higher platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, just because you don't want to rap about selling lean, I mean drinking lean and selling drugs and guns and toting and things like that, you still have to acquire the proper sound, right?
Hmm.
Too many people that want to be considered lyrical take this road called the hip hop hurry road, and I don't know where they get it from, right?
Hmm.
But it's like they still want to be you and gotta do it. We can all stand on the block. But we
Hmm.
ain't gotta sell no drugs, nah, cause we all, you know what I'm saying? They just want to be dumb as hell. Like we trying to tell you, like, bro, we listen to the nigga over here, like, we get the money, we get the pills, we get in the membership, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Hmm.
we want to hear. So if we telling you that we want to hear that, you may gotta stand out there, ain't gotta be up on the block to get the money, then get the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you gotta figure out a way to bring it to to that platform, right? Because
Hmm.
it's like I'm not gonna sit up that joint and be like, yes, hip hop hurry was fire. That's the key thing there was. But we don't turn on hip hop hurry for our kids no more. You know? So what do we think? At the end of the day, a lot of people we gotta understand. When I used to really go ham and try to get record deals, right?
Hmm.
I would always cater my sound to whatever was current. But they was like, you know, why you're only catering the kids? Why you only catering the kids? That's they would always say to me, you know?
Hmm.
And I didn't understand then like I
Hmm.
understand now. It's like you I was going so ham to not be what the market and what everyone was talking about that I was losing focus on what good music is. Right?
Hmm.
Now, was I making a lot of music? Yeah. But let's just be real. All the people that was advising me to make clean music and to keep it cool for the streets and give something different, they didn't buy my music. They didn't support it. They didn't
Uh-huh.
come to my shows, right?
Uh-huh.
And when they pulled up, what were they listening to? They was listening to the same shit they telling me not to make.
That's real though.
So I mean, like I said, we put the pressure on our hip hop artists off the Bucks when they are at a small level. When they are at that starting level is when we deter any young rapper. I mean, for real, if you go back and listen to any rappers, like if you YouTube any rappers like first time when they was discovered, first
Hmm.
rap, first bars, it's always something uplifting. It's always something like for the people. You know what I'm saying? They want to ride and get my mom a Benz, take my community up. You know, so they all want to do it. They all want to do it. But somewhere along the way, it turns into pop the booty, move your ass, shake this, do that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
mean, well, why is that? Well, because at the end of the day, when I was letting you hear me talk about uplift this community, you didn't cop it, right?
Yeah.
So what can the artist that doesn't want to rap about that stuff do? Well,
Gospel
it's
rap.
simple. Stay consistent. I mean, I don't do gospel rap. You don't have to do gospel rap, but you can do motivational rap like Lecrae. But it's stay consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You stay
Lecrae.
persistent in what you're doing. You keep dropping your music like you're doing. But at the end of the day, you have to understand a whole nother level when you're
Hmm.
saying, I don't want to play ball like the industry. Now you have to be as knowledgeable as the
Hmm.
industry. You gotta look at yourself like say, all right, I don't want to play ball with y'all, so I have to start my own team. And
Mm.
when y'all start your own team, it's not impressive if you're not in the big leagues. You
Mm.
know, it's really not even impressive if you're not at least in AAA. And if y'all don't understand what I'm talking, that's baseball term is three leagues: Major League,
Hmm.
Double A, Triple A. You know, so
Right.
if you ain't in one of those leagues, then you ain't making no money. You ain't selling no tickets. No one cares, right?
Mm.
So a lot of y'all starting your team to just do your own thing and to be in your own zone, but you're not wanting to play ball with the industry lane. Well, at the end of the day, the industry has the ears, so
Hmm.
you got to learn something. So this is what you have to learn. You have to learn either the sound, the cadence, and the tones. You know,
Hmm.
the flows that's going in time. You probably got to be more ahead of the time and make so much music that you're never backed up, right? Because you
Yeah.
know a lot of those perky leany rappers and shit like that, they say that they making a lot of music and they say that they in the studio all day long, but it all sounds the same. You know, they
Mm.
ain't really saying nothing different, and they ain't using hooks. They ain't using concepts. So the beauty of it is, y'all, because I was one of those artists that said to myself, I refuse to start talking about killing. I refuse to start talking about guns and drugs and things like that. I did conform a little bit when they said, "Yo, you got to be yourself." I said, "Okay, well, I do smoke weed. I'll talk about that. I mean, that's something we can share." You
Yeah.
know, but in the same breath, I'm not out here talking about this and that and that and that and this and that and running down the block. But what did I do differently? I learned the business.
Mm.
I learned how to make myself relevant. You know how to move.
Hmm.
How you got to learn how to move. Just because I don't want to talk like them, I still got to be around them.
So I like hardcore trap music and hardcore rap, right?
Yeah, you're a
Um,
Gucci fan.
but I actually really love the song "Circles" by J. Cole, and then there's another song that I came across called "Switching Sides." I can't remember the artist, but these are like conscious, like conscious rap songs, and I was surprised because I was like, dang, like I just kept playing those songs over and over and over again, and I was like, you do like conscious rap, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to sound good. So
The crazy part
exactly to
about
your
conscious
point.
rap, and the crazy part about conscious rap, it's like gospel music, right?
Hmm.
It's good for the moment. It's
Yeah.
good to hear when they come out, and it's
Hmm.
like, oh my goodness, I know how I'm feeling right now. I know how I'm
Hmm.
feeling today. You know what I'm saying? Where that record at? Where that record at by
Hmm.
such and such. But for the most part, conscious rap don't provide that happy feeling, right? It don't get you
Yeah.
It don't really get you like in the car jamming. You know,
Mm.
it have you studying while you ride to work, focus. You know, it may
Mm.
help you calm down. You know, but late at night, if you play some lo-fi and you're a little sleepy, and you try to play some conscious rap, you might be off the side of the road a little bit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really care what anybody say. I don't care how much you guys like your Commons and your most deaths. If you're listening to one of their records when it's late at night, it's a feature that they own. It's a feature. You know, like I mean,
Mm.
we're sitting up here like we talk about so music is so high that they talk about it in the Bible as being an important position in the church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, music
Yeah.
is so high that they talk about it in the government as being influential enough to cause a person to do anything violent, anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when we understand this, if we focus on one thing as artists,
Uh-huh.
we have to stay consistent, we have to stay diligent and
Mm-hmm.
persistent, and we also have to evolve. Now, the reason why kids ain't gonna agree with a list with Jim Jones on it unless Jim Jones come out and sounded like the new kids and don't even put his name on it.
Mm.
And then they know, oh, you hear this Jim Jones record? And then he's gonna have the flaw of them seeing him. He's gonna have that challenge
Mm.
of them seeing him, right?
Yeah.
And I told you I signed the artist a year ago, and he's been through COVID, chilling, and you know COVID's happening, but now the world is opening back up soon, and we FaceTiming now to get him ready for his project. So when I see him, his whole head's gray. I said, "What the hell, son?"
Hold on, wait. When you seen him, his hair was gray.
Yeah, gray hair on
That
top of his
what
head.
color was his hair before?
He's a young man. He's 32, 31, 32 years old. Young man. Young man.
Mm.
But you know, they let COVID turn him old, cooling, right? So
Mm.
I say, bruh, bruh. What you gonna do with that gray hair? You gotta get rid of that gray hair. You can't we can't we can't take you around on tour with no looking like grandpa. They gonna think you
Mm.
security. Good security. I'm like, he the artist, he the artist. Right? So we understand this, like, we gotta evolve. Why y'all think
Mm.
Jay-Z locks look so young and jubilant?
You said his what?
Locks.
He need to cut that shit.
Well, see, now you're talking like you 40 again.
I'm just saying, he looks horrible.
I'm just listen,
There's nothing he can do.
let's do a survey. Let's do a survey. When was the last time you actually purchased an album? So you still in show form. You still may go to shows and concerts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing when it comes to your concerts, you probably more of a fan of like the Warner Theater type concerts as opposed to like the FedEx Field type concerts.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
see
I don't really care too much for like.
the elements.
Yeah, I like the. I mean, I've been to arena concerts, but I don't really, unless I'm up front, I don't really care too much
Not
for
like listen, and y'all are the fans those are called y'all are the fans that the artists have to cater to stay relevant, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
But those fans that's standing up outside and fighting the elements and throwing a poncho when it's raining and still be out there with a show going on, those are the fans that make them superstars. And those are the fans that they want. They want those fans more than they want the Warner Theater fans. And it's crazy. You know?
Oh.
Man, and we all know that those fans
But
are
do we? I mean, you asked when's the last time I bought an album. It had to be before streaming
yeah.
because now you could just you don't have to buy the whole thing unless you You really don't have to buy it.
Do
Just
you
save it.
remember the last album that you bought?
Mhm.
Which one was it?
It was Yo Gotti. I Am. I think is the name of that one. The one
Okay.
with Fuck You, Fuck You. I got that joint. And then yeah, that was the last album. Oh, and Kim.
So
Uh,
I'm even further behind than that. The last time I bought an album, it was the Raheem Devon Love Experience.
ooh, look at you, Six.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And honestly, I was dropping off on the wife at college, and I sat up there, and they was like, "Yeah, we got an interview with Raheem Devon, artist from DC. You know, album just dropped today. Make sure you pull up to any Target and grab it." And I'm like, "Wait, DC Target?" Pull right into the Target, right across the street from PG Community College, right?
Mhm.
Pull right into the Target, walk right to the back, and there they were. Like, and that was for me the like first time I had seen a DMV artist real live have a whole display in a store. So I had to do it. I picked one up and went on ahead and swiped it, and I felt good about my purchase. His
Mhm.
album was very good, actually. I played it the whole ride up to Virginia Beach. And then on the way back, I don't think I listened to it again, maybe a few times. And
Mhm.
then, of course, recently I did add it to my iTunes and Spotify. So, of course, now I have it forever. But
Mhm.
you're right. When we get to this point, we're not going to buy no CD.
Mhm.
And for real, my kids piss me off because we got Apple Music, but they still hit the damn buy button. I'm like, who
Mm.
bought this trippy red album? You know,
Oh.
my kids have bought so much music on there that now I listen to it. You know, and a
Yeah.
lot of people ask me, why do you think the way you think? I'm like, well, I'm the person that me and my kids share the playlist, right?
Mhm.
I'm the dad that drop my kids off to school when they go to school. I'm the dad that picks them up. You know, I'm the
Mhm.
dad that lets them play the music loud throughout the house. I'm the dad who also likes to hack into their Bluetooth while they're playing their game and start playing music really loud in their rooms through
Mhm.
their Bluetooths. And they really hate that. They look out their room like, where's that music coming from? And it's like me playing some real song, you know. And I usually play something weird like something really weird like a
Do you
polka
play your
song or
own
something.
music for them?
I definitely do. Of course. They're like I actually will not put out a song that does not pass their ear test.
Okay.
You know?
Mhm.
And it's amazing because I'm realizing the success that I've been having with that method. I mean, like people I record maybe 100 songs for a project. You
Mhm.
know, in a real round, somewhere around 50 to 60 songs that I select through, and then I'm starting to work on another project. You know, so it's
Mhm.
like if we recording hundreds of songs. And
Mhm.
we're sitting there like, okay, what about this one? What about this one? And we're trying to narrow them down to the top 30, to the top 20, so that we can build like the next three projects, you know?
Mhm.
And what's going to be collabs and what's going to be trash and what may work later for another mode, you know. So when you're thinking about all these processes, sometimes the only people that you have is the kids, you know.
Yeah.
I rode with my son. We drove from here to Georgia. He rode with me in the U-Haul,
Mhm.
and that was the most enlightening 10 hours that I have ever had as an artist. You right?
Mhm.
Because I was able to. I say, y'all take the aux cord and y'all go ahead and run the music. Y'all play whatever y'all want to play.
Okay.
You know, and I know that they made some people hella rich that weekend because what I realized is kids will play songs over and over again.
Mhm.
They kind of remind me of us when we was growing up. You
Mhm.
know, and I think that You remember when we was growing up that they would actually sell you a cassette tape that was an A side and a B side with literally one song on it,
Yeah.
and then the instrumental on the other side.
Yeah. Dang,
And
Chris, we old.
I mean, yeah, we old as hell. Like I was a baby when that happened, so I was a baby. Let's say that. Let's say that. But when that was happening, y'all don't understand the magnitude and how the record labels still do these things to today, right?
Mhm.
And we all out here for real life fighting ourselves with trying to take over the world. Uh,
Now you just made me think of something. Why don't they put out instrumentals anymore, like how they used to?
well, because everyone is doing streaming services.
Mm.
So I mean, you think
But you
about it
still
like
would want to hear, like for instance, one of my favorite remixes right now is, of course, City Girls, Twerkulator. So, like, I would think, like when they put that song out, if it's an album, like, why don't they, how they used to do, they'll give you like a radio edit and then
right,
also just the instrumental.
right.
So is that costing
It's
them more money or?
cost. It's definitely costs more money, right?
Okay.
And it also loses money. It only gains. So an instrumental only gains whoever makes that instrumental money. And if
Mm-hmm.
you already had to clear the beat to get with the vocals on it, you ain't about to try to clear it again to give out the vocals. Most of the instrumentals they go on what's that, YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And now you see how Universal Music Group and Warner they starting to make you even not even listen to instrumentals. This is owned by this is owned by that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times producers are, and now y'all know these all these new producers are really working with artists.
Okay.
I mean, like, even DJ Khaled has his
Mm-hmm.
select core artists that he's going to,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you moving like that in retrospect, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shoot, all the beats are gone. All the beats are gone. We don't need to use instrumentals because the streaming companies, the companies like TikTok, the companies like
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, the companies like Facebook, any company that's allowing you to choose what segment or what section of the song you want to use for your content,
Mm-hmm.
they're giving you the instrumentals now.
Okay.
You know, I mean, like if you just want the instrumental section, they all the records are giving you a section in there that's just the instrumental where you can use it for whatever you want to do now. Everyone
Okay.
is everyone is licensing out their music for everything.
Mm.
Which brings me to an interesting point, right? Because I was asked, how can I got asked me, well, how can I live off my music if I'm not making, what I'm saying, like if I'm not an artist, I just want to put people out there that wants to, like sell music but not perform. And I think that we kind of led to this last week, but we really didn't go into it, or not last week, week before last. But it's an interesting topic that a lot of artists don't understand about licensing music,
Mm.
right? And making music and licensing it, registering it. And a lot of y'all probably right there like, what does that mean? What is
Mm.
licensing? What is registering? Well, a lot of people don't even know I got a whole album that never went out that was only just made just for licensing. Licensing
Mm.
is movies, video games, TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
commercials, whatever, Netflix, whatever. And that's just a lane that like, I don't want to do this. An artist asked me yesterday. He said, and I know I'm wrong for this, but he said, why don't people like me just get on? And why can't what makes it so hard for us to get on? And when he
Did you
asked me,
ask them what is on?
yes, I did, but I was really focusing on the question of people like me, right?
Mhm.
And when I had to be as blunt as possible with him, I said, there's two reasons that people like you don't get on.
Mhm.
And it's either failure to change and adapt to the system and the rules of the game,
Mhm.
or you're just ugly, right? So And I gotta tell y'all this.
What
Why
do
I
you
said
mean you're
this.
just ugly?
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. In the industry that you want to be in, you gotta adapt. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
change. Like you can't just be looking like what you think is comfortable. You know, unfortunately, no artist has the luxury of being comfortable in their own self until they get to a point that they can
Kendrick.
handle. Yeah, but look at him. He don't even want to make music right now because he can't handle that, wanting to be himself. J. Cole is a strong-minded one, but J. Cole is one that understands the business, right? So he's
Mm-hmm.
already created other people to do what he has to do, right? To fix that look, to fix that image, and things like that. But I tell a lot of artists, like, if you don't fix up your image, in 2009, I was begging Sony for a record deal. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know I was writing for a lot of their artists behind the scenes. At
Mm-hmm.
least 10 of their artists behind the scenes I was writing for. And I was begging them for a record deal. I mean, begging them, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, my locks was a little longer than this, but they was really thick locks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like really thick. I was like 220 pounds easy. On a hot day, you would catch me in some nice flannel and a nice. I would. My favorite shirt was a long john brown shirt, and it had like a little design on it or something like that. And I wore that, and I had like a nice little hat, like similar to like what you have now, just like all for fatigue type style. And that what I wore every day to the studio, kind of right. And when I walk in there, they was like, okay, what do you got for us? They would take my music, but it was just a real bad look. So it was a friend of mine's who came to me and said, look at you, right? His honesty was the most blunt honesty ever, but it was real. Immediately, I knew I wanted locks, but all right, something was wrong with these locks. I had to start them over, all right? So I
Mm-hmm.
did. I started them over. I cut them all off, started them over. Well, he told me 220 pounds, you look like you just write songs. Like, do you want to look like a rapper? Do you want to look like a singer? Then you got to look like a singer. You got to look like a
Mm-hmm.
rapper. So 3 months. 3 months every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Rain, get up. I'm outside. Let's run. Run a mile. Run a mile back. You know, 3 months straight. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, so eventually I'm like, all right. I'm getting myself back in shape. I'm trying to do what I got to do. I'm trying to look the part, right? But then I realized these are things that every artist must go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now,
Like Kevin Gates in that suction
no,
or
I
whatever,
can't. I don't listen now.
and the six pack.
That is a technical foul, guys. Y'all can't be going out here and get body sculpted,
Yeah. So what
surgery.
is up with artists and no facial hair?
You know what? Like honestly, I hate facial hair, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm shaving. By next week when y'all see me, I'm gonna be clean shaven, right? Because I'm going back to work. I'm about to get back on the trail. The press runs, the tours about to start back up. COVID is over, so it's time to now look the part. But I want to let's play this question, right? Why do y'all think that we've never seen a president of the United States with a beard?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's
Rick
weird.
Rubin, Rick Rubin is white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe a Jew. I don't know what his nationality is, but he has a beard long as ZZ Tops. Do
Mm-hmm.
y'all think that there's a coincidence that Russell Simmons is the face of Def Jam and not Rick Rubin, the white guy?
Mm.
Have you ever
No.
seen Russell Simmons with a full grown beard? Well,
No, but you know it. It kind of. It's just. It's. I don't. I even though I understand it's supposed to look better with these rappers that's doing it, it just looked pedophilia-ish to me.
Well, like
Um,
the thing
like
about it looks
Moneybag,
it looks
Fredo
pedophilish
Bang.
and it looks pedophilish in our community, right? And you know why it looks like that in our community is because we expect for a black man to grow up and get strong and grow his hair out and you can tell he's the man of the house, or, things
Mhm.
like that. But when we gotta understand, like, this world is not out of slave mentality, right? They
Mhm.
still very much so in it. So it's like the yes sir, no sir. Like if they can't see your grill, they automatically afraid of you, right?
Mm.
If they can't see your face, they 10 times scared of you. Like, I
Mm.
mean, there there has been situations where I've met the exact same person with a beard and without a beard. And the invitation and the greeting is totally different. And I'm talking about without the beard first, with the beard later. It's like, oh, you okay? You all right, buddy? Is everything okay? There's a fear factor with hairy men. Why? I mean, why do y'all think that most of the really big, intimidating men in like UFC, they want to grow that little beard? Even the
Mm.
white dudes, they be happy as hell when that little stubby get through. And in
Mm.
NFL, the linemen, when they get that little beard to poke through, that lets them know it's intimidating. It's Vikings. It's barbaric.
Oh. Okay.
You know,
I
we
just thought
have
they
to.
was trying to stay looking young, and I just
Well, the thing about it is, it has nothing to do with age because
because I'm like,
you
ain't
can Google
Moneybag
how.
like 50 years old? So
I don't
he
even
stuff
know,
he looked
but
like it.
it's crazy. But you can always Google how old an artist is.
They be lying though. A
Well,
lot of artists when they come out, they put their age younger. They put their
yes,
numbers younger.
yes. When I
Why
was
is that?
I was on a press run. All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right? I had to lie about my age for about 2, maybe 3 years.
Hmm.
No, maybe like from about '07 till about 2010 when the cat was out the bag. How old I really was, right?
Hmm.
But what happened was I automatically got classed because of course my wife, when I was a senior, she was a freshman.
Okay.
So we were together the whole time. And then of
Hmm.
course when she went to college, like I was always with her at her school and things like that, right?
Hmm.
So when people started classifying me, they automatically took 3 years off my age.
Hmm.
But then when I started writing, my first artists were kids. The oldest one was like maybe 16 years old or about to turn 16.
Hmm.
So because it was my job to not only write and work with them on their project, it was also my job as I was also their mentor and kind of like handler. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch them, make sure they stay out of trouble and shit like that.
Hmm.
So now that goes from me just getting out of high school. I mean, looking like I just got out of high school, always in college, and now going into the rap scene. And literally, when I left high school, I just started hanging with my wife. So that's no more hanging on the block, no more hanging around the corner with your friends. So nobody sees you, nobody even knows you from the hood like that, right?
Hmm.
Or knows that you're still from that hood now. It's all about your new image.
Right.
So naturally, when I shaved off my face, everyone is like, "Oh, you getting reception. You getting people that will genuinely tell you how they feel. The younger they think you are, you know. I mean,
Mm.
like this crazy. I had an interview, and I'm sitting in there. This is how the cat came out the bag. I'm sitting there with Jenny Jones, Kitty in the City,
Hmm.
and I'm in there with another artist, and it was a wild interview. But you know how you can tell that you're getting like there's a lot of flirting going on and a lot of like interesting topics going on and shit like that. So
Mhm.
then Jenny says something like, "But I shouldn't talk to y'all like that because y'all are kids, you know."
Mhm.
And me and the other artists were like, he's like 21 at the time. I'm like 24. You know,
Mhm.
maybe I'm 24. He's like, shit. I'm like, shit. I ain't no kid, Jenny. Like that. She said,
Mhm.
wait, you're not 17? I'm like, no. And she asked the other artist, wait, but you're 17, right? He said, oh yes, I'm 17. He's 21, right? He's
Uh
like, oh
huh.
yes, I'm 17. She's like, oh, that's interesting. He's like, so you're actually 24. I said, yeah, I never said I was 17. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Uh
Like,
huh.
so she's like, okay, interesting. So like now that interview went from like okay, you're gonna make it to like, why aren't you on yet? What's going on? What's taking you so long? Like, why aren't you, so it changed the whole narrative. The very next day, everything changed. Like literally, I lost so many sponsors and so many people that was like investing in all the projects that I was working on at that time. They all kind of pulled out. They
Why?
all well because now it went from like apparently the narrative was that I was still under 21. So
Mhm.
everyone wants to pitch in and be a part of the kid that's about to be the next big thing.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to be the attached that, and there's a certain knowledge that they think that you don't have as a kid, right? Certain things that they
Oh.
can get away with when you're a kid. So they breed off of these things, and it's also certain rules that they can do, right?
Mhm.
So when you realizing that, damn, I done lost all my investments, I lost all my sponsors. All the while, like all the other artists, they still getting everything is paid for studio time.
Mhm.
Everything was like for me. I used to just walk into the studio. I used to could just call. You know what I'm saying? Then it became once my age was out, it became more of a business, right? I
Mhm.
actually for years started to hate it. I started to hate music. You start questioning, wait, maybe I am too old to be doing music. You go out there, you get jobs,
Mhm.
because the industry puts pressure on you when your age is out there. Knowing that I was over 21 and 24 years old, there's already an idea that dang, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do that, this and that, you know? And there's like, what else is he attached to?
Mhm.
What other people maybe he may already have given rights to, you
Mhm.
know. So yes, age is a big factor. So when these artists come out here with the beards and things like that, I mean, you know who the artists are that when they get their beards. I mean, P Diddy just got a beard during COVID. We know he's 50.
Yeah, he never really had facial hair.
No, because you want to be like we all
You
want
want
to
to look
be.
young. I
You
still
no,
kind of
it's
crazy.
not even young. It's you want to look white, Jezebel.
What?
White.
Oh.
It's Superman. Superman don't got no beard. None of the superheroes got beards. And the white people draw them like that on purpose. There's a certain American mannish look when you're clean shaven. They can throw you on a magazine
Yeah.
and no one's gonna ask, who's that guy right there?
Mm.
I mean, we like it's amazing. The military makes everybody go clean shaven. This would be too much. I used to
Mm.
hate it when I was in the military, and I used to hate it when I was in when I used to work for the DOD. The clean shaven look, right?
Mhm.
But it's amazing because you realize how much money you make as a clean shaven man as opposed to one who even with hair, like facial hair and stuff like that. Now I wouldn't go too far with my hair now. I ain't
Uh
going
huh.
that far. I ain't touching my hair. Don't nobody touch my hair. But I tell you one thing for sure. This facial hair got to go. Cause I look like a bear. And my mama always say that I be trying to hide my face. You know? So I'm convinced though, guys. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm convinced that the clean shaven look is 20 times the way to go. All of y'all people that be like, you look trying to look young. You trying to look like a pedo. No, man. I'm trying to look like I'm serving my country. And I gotta represent y'all. So I gotta make sure that I'm sharp, I'm high and tight. You know what I'm saying? As they call it in the military, high and tight, suited and booted. I mean, look, y'all won't let an artist go out there dress in the old way. Somebody said you could just shape it up. Shape it up. I'm like, nah, just shave it all. Shave it all. Only like when you have a beard, you're supposed to be the wise man, a wise man, the old wise man. Yeah, Superman aged slow, so his hair don't grow. He keep that joint nice and tight. You know, people will probably run from Superman. People will run from Superman if he pulled up looking like Odin. If he dropped down looking like Odin, they'd be like, "Oh no!" You know, with a beard, they would run from him like he's a villain. So I mean, that's why the clean look is all. That's why the clean look is definitely. You're gonna realize that the more prominent an artist gets, the more clean shaven they will be. Watch what I tell y'all. I want everybody to start looking at the artists that y'all really, and not just artists, male actors. You know what I'm saying?
Rick
Male
Ross never
athletes.
had to get rid of his though.
Well, you know why? Because Rick Ross made it a part of his moniker, like James Harden. He made it a part of his moniker. You know what I'm saying? And he can't. So the image that already had to be put on them, like Rick Ross' image came out. He's a boss. Don't play with him. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with him. He's a boss. That's how he's gonna walk around. A no tucking shit type of guy. Look at Suge Knight. He's a boss. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have that image to where I want you to come and be he ka ka ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. But you ain't see Wale and Meek Mill and them sporting that damn beard. You know? And Meek Mill, he got the little chops. He had the little chops at one point, but come on, you know? Like, nah, they don't let when you have a certain look about yourself, small guys, like my stature and stuff like that. When people see this look, well, you know how many times when I say to somebody, "How you doing?" They're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Thank you." Or when I hold the door for people, they're like, "Oh, thank you." But they're walking the whole time with their head down because they don't want to make eye contact with me. So when they actually see me like hold the door for them, it's like, "Oh, he's holding the door for me. Oh, thank you." You know what I'm saying? Like we understand what's going on. We know what's going on. Well, when I'm clean shaven, yeah, buddy. Hey, buddy, you're probably you. Listen, I want all y'all to try that experiment. Shave your beards off. All y'all brothers out there, shave your beards off. Go into your job and ask for a raise. Do it.
Shave your beard off, go to
Shave
your
your
job, and ask
shave your
for a raise.
shave your beards. Go to a job and ask for a raise. Actually, this what you do first to get your raise to get it locked and loaded. You go into the job. You shave your beard. Go into the job and you go in there when they're asking you, what you been doing, why you clean shaving, you gotta act as if you had an interview. And as long as you play that role, that part right there, cool, you gonna get a raise. They might give you a raise that minute. I've done it several times, and it has always worked to perfection. Get yourself clean shaven, you're going to ask for a raise. So look, Jezebel,
Yes, sir.
let me tell you what's hilarious to me. I am convinced. I am super duper 120% convinced that lyrics do not matter in music and never have.
That lyrics don't matter and they never have.
Yes. I believe it is my synopsis.
Uh
It
huh.
is my position here that people have never ever listened to lyrics. They've only learned lyrics
Mhm.
after the cadence that they like, the flow that they like, and the type of beat that they like passes the ear test.
Passing the ear test.
Yes. What
I
is the
think
ear
lyrics.
test, you ask?
Yeah. What's the ear test?
The ear test is simply those three things. First, the intro of the beat.
Mhm.
Is it catchy?
Yep.
Do we like it?
Mhm.
Second, how is this hook about to come in, or is this verse about to come in? How he about to start it off? Wait a minute. Okay, he started it off right.
Mhm.
Okay, let me check it out. Let's see how the flow go. Whoa, how the flow? I like the flow. I like the flow. And then that hook. By the time you have decided all these things, the hook starts, right?
Yeah.
So now you've decided I love this hook. This hook is crazy. Oh, so what do? You start it over and you start to now acquire what this artist is really saying.
Yeah. Because for me, like I said, it is the beat that initially the first. I only give people 45 seconds at the most.
You ain't the only one, Jezebel. You want to know what's amazing? You're just the first to admit it. Everyone is only given 45 seconds, some even less. Some people I know for a fact are only doing 10 seconds.
10 seconds. That's not fair though.
Well, you know why it's not? You know why it's fair?
Why?
Because, like I said, lyrics have never mattered. Lyrics have never mattered.
But the first 10 seconds is usually the intro to the beat. But that's why I tell people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like when you make music, don't wait too long to start the song because somebody will skip it if
but
it.
what's most of the people that will skip a song in the first 10 seconds are really technical listeners, right? They're the people that can't listen to a song improperly mixed, improperly nothing, right? So
Mhm.
if that's gonna automatically turn them off. There are some people who can bypass a bad mix if the song is good. They'll be like, yeah, I mean, I heard the mix was bad, but it's all good. I don't give a damn. It's cool. I like that song. You just gotta get they'll hit you with it after the song over there, even bad about to say, you just gotta get that joint mix, you good. And you leave feeling good. Like, all right, bet I'm gonna get this joint mix. And they still won't fucking pay the damn fee for it. They still won't try to get the damn thing done. And that's what's amazing to me because I'm sitting here like, everybody, all y'all artists out there, I'm trying to tell y'all this, y'all. Y'all focus on y'all lyrics to the point where y'all are happy, right? Y'all make y'all lyrics to the point where y'all are happy. Kanye West was able to make a song go boop, poopity poop, poopity poopity poop. And if y'all think he was only able to do that because he was Kanye, y'all lucky. Beyonce was able to drop a song, say the same words over and over again. What it do, Mallory? How you feeling? Now, y'all need to go check out her music. She just dropped some new stuff online. Nah, man, I'm trying to tell you, the devil is not a liar, young. And I'm listen. Only reason that I've tested this theory. Listen, as an artist, as an artist, y'all all have tested this theory. Y'all have went in the studio and y'all have dropped some of the hardest bars on the record, and y'all have looked at y'all mans and them, and y'all have be like, y'all not feeling this joint, and then y'all go in the studio and y'all try to make something that's like real live catchy, real live cool, right? We all do it. We all cave. We make it catchy. We get it to the point where it's like, yo, you already know. You already know it. All your peoples, they once it passes their ear test, we feel happy about it. I'm not gonna sit up here and sit up here and deny myself. I've done it. Listen, I started on trying so hard to be so lyrical to the point sometimes where I was literally writing songs all day. Like when I was writing for Sony, I had to submit 10 songs a day. Like, and that was the minimum. And that was a rule, right? And a lot of them songs I used to write, I used to be like, yo, well, talking some real shit. I'm in love with the music till the OD. You know what I'm saying? Go ham, dumb shit. And I'm like, okay, turning this stuff in. And people are like, oh, that you did too much writing. Oh no, it's too much lyrics. Oh, dumb it down. Oh, no. Make it more, make it more memorable, make it more, saying that's too many lyrics for them. That's people not gonna understand where you're going with that. People not gonna know where we're going with that. That's too big. That's too big of a mindset. Exactly. Think like a mood song. Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You ever heard the mood song? I actually watched her on her live record the Moose song. And one thing I like about Doja Cat, she real live puts her work in. But I watched her record the song live and then go into the studio and we're going to her room and shoot the video for it on the green screen. And the song blew up like that. Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a
Hold
cow.
on. She recorded it in her house and then went to another room with the green screen and made her music video.
Yep. And then dropped it. She did all this on Instagram Live.
Really?
And yes. And the song said, bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. I'm not a cat. I don't meow. So something like moo, moo.
I gotta go hear that.
I promise you, when you hear it, you're gonna be singing it next week on the air.
Oh wow.
Like it's an awesome song. Like listen, like I'm not telling artists. I want artists to understand something. Because everything that I say on this show or on the airways gets taken so technical that it's not even being heard what I'm trying to say or what I'm really saying. And honestly, I kind of love it because it gives me something to talk about and you all things to talk to me about, and we get to like build up this nice, great debate. But what I'm saying to y'all is, we as artists, we all like not all of us, most of us start off in this game, and we want to be very lyrical. Like we want to show that we got bars. Like we ready to go. So I've seen some people come off the gate giving you 48 bars, and you like, bro, what's your hook? Like what's your hook? And they just so adamant in the bars. Half the time, a lot of this should be fire, but a lot of it's no song structure. A lot of people don't know how to write songs. You know what I'm saying? And that's not your problem that you don't know how to write songs. It's your problem if you don't want to learn how to write songs and you want to be a songwriter or you want to make music.
Certain type of way to write a song.
Yes,
Oh,
there's
you can't just start
rules.
with the hook and then the second verse and then go back to the first verse and then
Well,
the
I mean, like, so what you like? You're talking about structure, right?
yeah.
So song structure, yes, people change song structure every time. Some people may start with the verse. Some people start with a bridge and then the hook. Some people start with a hook. Some people start with an intro, and then their hook. Some people start with an intro and then their verse, then a bridge, then the hook, you know. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna find no one is just out there writing 48 bars and then a hook. The days of writing 7-minute songs like James Brown used to do is kind of like over. I really would love to see an artist write a 6-minute song. I wrote a 7-8 minute song. Artists on I had 4 artists on the song. Me and my Smash brothers, my Mash Records, they performed on it. And that record, everyone had 16 bars plus the hook had his 8. Now we went ham performing that record. That record was like a whole set. What does that say when it comes to rap? Just kiss it, keep it simple, stupid. I mean, like honestly, the sad thing is, bruh, when it comes to rap or any type of music, it's always gonna be feeling. Like if you're not real, if and people can tell when you real, even and it really doesn't matter what you're talking about. I'm not talking about a gangster. I'm not talking about like somebody that's talking about selling and all this stuff. I'm like, if you real life going through tragedy in your life, if you real life going through love loss, if you real life going
Open
through
your eyes. Thank
parental problems, if you real life going
you. You
through
gotta hold your eyes.
relationship problems, and you talk about it in your music and you sharing your life, that's how you gain your shelf life. A lot of artists say
And
a
then
lot
open
of
it again. You're good.
artists are private on social
All right.
media
And then
and
we're gonna put
private
top in
in
it.
the realm of the world because their music
Right.
is so open. Like they talking about everything in the music, and those are the megastars. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen. When Kendrick came out talking about syrup sandwiches and all that stuff like that, like we felt that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Future talks about Perkies and lean, we don't feel that.
You said
You
we
know,
don't feel. You said we don't feel it or we don't steal it.
no, we don't feel that. You
Oh.
know, we don't. So we judge it because that's not what we feel. But when Future talks about, being the other shit that he talks about, the hunger, the fight, the things like that, that's when everybody like, oh, Future's great. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
a
you
thing.
right.
Like I tell a lot of artists, like I told y'all last week, no one's focusing on the day one and making a day two and making a day three. Everyone is focused on the world off the breaks.
Well, you don't
I
do
got artists that
it.
started rapping and they call
Three
me and
minutes.
say, how can I do millions of streams? And I'm like, that's the question that you want to ask me? How to do millions of streams? And then they hate my response. Go on tour. I'm like, yeah, I mean, who's hearing you perform? Go on tour. You want millions of streams? Go on tour. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, we already y'all got all the marketing companies in y'all face. Y'all listen. I understand artists afraid of being scammed by the wrong people, right? Because that is very much so a thing to be afraid of. But that is no excuse to not do what you're supposed to do. I mean, look, people steal cars every day, but half of y'all still go out and buy one. We can't make the excuse that they're gonna try to steal it. They're gonna try to steal from me to why we don't have our stuff in order and our paperwork right. Because y'all gotta understand something. As artists, when the minute that you become an artist, you are saying me as this person, this entity is a business right now. And the minute you make that decision, you gotta start asking yourself, hey, I gotta be like every business. I gotta compete. Now, let me tell y'all a funny story. My wife has started her company now, and she was asking me. She said, "Babe, how should I price this stuff?" And I realize y'all, a lot of people ask me things. A lot of people ask me things, and like it's very rare that my wife asks me for input. But this year, guys, like I sat back and like I tell everybody, a lot of things are happening now, and a lot of payouts are happening now in people's lives, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are calling me, and I don't want to tell everybody that's sending me in messages and DMs and telling me, that like this show has helped them out a lot and they increased their business or whatever the case may be. I'm proud of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's
Mm-hmm.
my goal. Like, as we all grow, we grow together. I'm like,
Yeah.
shoot, you get your business up. One day I might need your business. I may need your help. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the clothing companies that's been sending me stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And everything is great, right? But I'm trying to tell y'all. So she comes to me and she says, what do we do? How do I get this popping? I said, well, who you thinking like? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like who's your competition?
Mm-hmm.
you know? And she said some of her brands that were her competition. And I said, well, let's look them up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they're doing. What's their numbers? How many sales they get a week? How many clicks on their websites are they getting a week? How many people are visiting their social medias a week? Let's do this. And we sitting back and we go through the analytics and we look at the numbers and we look at the things and say, well, that's your competition, right? Well, there we
Mhm.
go. We do you if you want to be in some type of lane, if you want to be a great, I mean, if you want to be the manager at your job, right? You're not gonna sit up there and do less than the manager at your job. You might start doing more. You might
Mhm.
actually get the title of a brown nose if you go too ham. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
start coming in early. You start coming in. Look, niggas be so mad like I was going in early all week and they still ain't give me the damn job.
Mhm.
I'm like, well, do you love your job? Because if you don't love your job, why would you go there early all week to become bigger in it instead of doing what you love to do and giving those same hours to yourself? I mean,
That makes so much sense, though.
the reality of it is, young, it's just as easy. Like for everyone that challenges these theories, it's just as easy. Like you got to realize all these companies had to follow the exact same rules. They may be big multi companies now. They may be big major selling artists now. They may be big actors now, big models now, but they had to follow the exact same rules that the ones before them had to follow. Now, there are a few anomalies. Of course, when Soldier
You right.
Boy gets signed off of YouTube, that's the first thing that ever happened. It's like, oh, he's the first. But he had to follow the same steps. He just changed the way that they received it. Like, he just changed the way they got to see these steps. Whereas, like, most of the artists was still out there trucking, going to the colleges and trying to do this. He was actually bringing it to the platform and letting the numbers speak for themselves on the platform. Once that happens, it's like, oh, well, now we can add this into it. So it doesn't say when Soldier Boy got on. It doesn't say, oh, we should stop doing shows. We should just go to YouTube now. Let's just do YouTube. No, you add YouTube into your repertoire. Now TikTok is out. An artist said to me two Saturdays ago. He said, I only make music for TikTok now. I said, what in the dumb carnations is that? I said, well, I don't have
That's not
TikTok,
going
so
into
how am I gonna hear your stuff?
all the way in.
Hey,
It's
I'm
in
getting
there.
hella views on TikTok. Now, I'm not gonna lie to
You want
y'all.
some Tylenol?
I do have TikTok,
You want Tylenol?
and I did go to his page. He's not getting hella views on TikTok. But I do know how TikTok works. Even if you get millions of views on TikTok, those
Mhm.
are those are payouts that take a year to happen.
What do you mean? Hold on, wait. So you put your music on TikTok, or you get however many views and streams, and you get paid for it, but it takes a while. Is that what you're
It
saying?
it takes a year, and yes,
A year to get paid?
mm-hmm. From
Fuck
TikTok,
out of here.
from TikTok, it don't come in no TikTok. It ain't no flash. It ain't no flash. Now listen, y'all know why the most of the TikTokers are young or really old because they can wait 8 months to a year to get paid. Their bills and shit are paid. They happy. They good. But you as a up and coming artist, you cannot sit up there and bank on. I'll just make a TikTok song and think that you're gonna be the next TikTok superstar and think that you're gonna just get walked into this damn gatekeeper that's gonna change your life for the rest of it. And I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, y'all. A lot of y'all artists do not understand the power of a rollout. But I'm not about to tell y'all what a rollout
Why
is on this
not?
show.
I was hoping you. Come on, give us the secrets.
No, listen, let me tell you why I'm not gonna give them the rollout on this show right here, Jezebel. Because you know what?
You want me?
We still got some
I wasn't
showing.
giving you nothing. I'm getting soda.
We still got some showing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's like they still do not believe us. Why are we still talking about talented versus hard work.
You said talented versus hard work.
Yes. I am so tired of saying this narrative. He's only on because he doesn't have any talent. How he get on? They don't look for talent no more. They just look for people that can pay. They don't look for talent no more. They just look for people that want to be selling their soul or be devils or be puppets. I'm like, we're all fighting the same battles, but we all go through the same path, but we all don't get the same results. Well, something is not happening. Something is not happening the same way, right? I mean, we all know if you plug in something, it gives you electricity unless something is broken inside of the system. Then you might got to get a new cord, might got to get a new electricity wall, and your house might be out. I mean, there's so many reasons as to what can be wrong. Why isn't this light turning on when I plug it into this wall? Like I've done this. All right. So you take it to another wall spot and you see if it turn on. And if it does, then you know the lamp is good. So maybe it's just that spot. So now you gotta figure out, is there a switch on the wall somewhere that's turning it off? Is the socket busted? Whatever it is, or some people just leave it, never fix it, never worry about it, and you still can't use that outlet that you need to fully be powering your house or to fully be getting the power that you need or in that right location that you need to be in.
Ain't no damn lean.
Oh, lean time.
Nah,
Lean
I
time.
really love
What
Sprite,
time
y'all.
is it? You said Sprite?
Yeah, I had the Sprite. I really love Sprite, but I don't drink lean. And if I did, I would mix it with cream soda like everybody else.
Man, listen, young. I don't know anything about what y'all talking about, young. I have never ever partaked in that system. But like honestly though, like we gotta understand something, y'all. Talented artists, and I'm talking about some of the most talented artists that I've met. I know an artist that all you gotta do is play a beat and he'll freestyle a 16 without even stopping. Never heard the beat before.
Can you
Right?
send me him?
Sure. Sure I will. You
Yeah.
know? But he's dope, right? I
Mhm.
know a female artist can write her ass off. I mean, I don't know if she's good in the booth, delivery wise, but with the right engineer, I've seen him turn him up, right? But with the right engineer, I've seen him do it. I've seen engineers do magic. So, but her pen is crazy. She can write phenomenal. You know,
Mhm.
I seen guys that were totally out of the realm of becoming a superstar. And anybody that thinks that like ugly is a thing, ugly is a gimmick that has to be brought on by a superstar.
You said ugly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I
What
say
do you mean?
ugly,
Hold on.
I'm not talking just look, y'all. I'm talking about the inability to adapt
Mhm.
to what is required of you in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
so
it
hard.
it's not hard if you want to be in it. I mean,
Okay.
listen, if you want to be an actress, right, and you are 300 pounds, unless the role calls for a 300-pounder, you're never going to play Black Panther. So
I
I mean,
guess. I guess.
are you gonna complain that Marvel won't make a fat Black Panther, or are you gonna get in shape so that you can be Black Panther? You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that we have to ask ourselves. If I wanted to go to the NFL and I wanted to be a wide receiver, I've never seen a 300-pound wide receiver. So for me to think that, then it would be preposterous. We have to start playing the roles in which we want, guys.
And adapting.
We have to adapt because y'all know where talent fails, where hard work pays off. Like it's funny because when I was writing this segment right here, I was reminded of my senior year in high school. And y'all know I'm short. I'm like 5'7", 5'8" maybe. And our quarterback that was before me, old Charlie Henry, big head ass. Shout out to
You're
Charlie
not
Henry, that's my boy. But he was like 6'3", 6 something like that. He was tall,
Mhm.
and he was the starting quarterback. And everyone, was like, "Oh yeah, we need height, 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 height." Everyone want the tall quarterbacks. But it was something about Charlie that was a little different than me. Like it wasn't just skill set. Obviously, I was better, but they wanted height. It wasn't just the arm. I mean, he could throw the ball far too.
At all.
But one thing that Charlie
That's why
didn't
I'm
do, he
keeping
did
this
not
on your tie.
study the game.
Because I know you were rugged.
Charlie didn't know the plays like
All
that.
right. Where your pussy?
Charlie was afraid to get hit. So what
Take your
made
time. A little baby
Charlie
water.
weak made me strong because I love to study the game. I love to know who is where's what. I knew all the plays that I needed to know for the game plan. I wasn't afraid to get dirty, to get hit. So I worked hard. Talent. We all have talent. We wouldn't be in the field. I keep telling y'all, I don't care if your song is 1,000 strings or 0 strings. That's not why you're not on. That's not why you're not being heard. If you have an inability to adapt, if you have an inability to go out to the people, if you have an inability to let your voice and let people really know who you are, then I'm sorry. You never gonna really get where you need to get. And let's just be real. If you have an inability to play ball and play along with the game, this game, it's a business. And every business that y'all know has to invest and has to make moves and has to put things on the line to do what they got to do. I mean, you get a manufacturing company if you're making clothes. A
Mhm.
lot of y'all are not even trying to reach out to manufacturing companies. Y'all are not finding out who's making the shirts for these like printful companies. Y'all are not trying to obtain the contracts that they're obtaining, but you want the same credentials. I mean, why don't you get your shirts for $1? You can make them sell them for $25 too. You can do the same thing. There's blueprints for these rules, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I want to be a lifeguard and don't ever learn how to swim.
Mm.
That's just trippy. They're gonna
Yeah.
say to me, "Well, why'd you ever want to be a lifeguard if you don't want to swim?" And I'm gonna say, "I like the seats. I like the way they get to sit up there in those red shorts, and that looks cool. I want to do it
Mhm.
because that's what it sounds like when rappers be like, I want to rap, and they want to do music, or artists, period, or people, period, that say I want to do something that's called entertainment, right? That's how it looks when y'all say I want to do entertainment, but you don't want to do what you got to do. You don't want to learn how to swim. You just want to
Mhm.
sit in the pew and look cool with your red shorts on. All right. See, what's crazy, Jezebel, is I knew this week was gonna be crazy, right? Because
Mhm.
we all know I dropped my album yesterday. That's so six, and it's been going wild, right? And yes, let's clap. Yes, and I'm very proud of myself on this project, right?
Okay.
Because let me tell y'all something.
Oh shit! Hold on.
6:34.
No. Yesterday was the sixth.
Yep. Yesterday was the sixth. So she was looking at her phone date. Yes, lifeguard success has off. I can see me now, but when I want to let everybody know, like everything that I talk about on this show, I practiced it or practicing it, right?
Mhm.
So there was a time when I'm sitting back in my room and I'm working on something and I'm really like trying to tell everyone I'm
Mhm.
dropping this new album, y'all. I want y'all to like tell me what you think, y'all. Give me your feedback, y'all.
Mhm.
And I would hear crickets, you know? Like, and when I tell y'all that I would hear crickets, and I would be like one of the most. It would drive me to the point where I was like, okay, but I'm going back in the studio, right?
Mhm.
Like I told everybody, in 2013, 2012, and 2013, I dropped the mixtape every month, right? And a lot of people was like, well, why'd you drop so much music? Or some people would say, well, that's the grind, you working. But the reality of it is, I was looking, I was searching for that kudos. I was searching for that welcoming committee. You know what I'm saying? I was searching for my friends and my
Mhm.
peers to be like, yo, you're dope. To talk about me in the circle. You know,
Mhm.
I was geeking for one day. This was my dream. I would dream that one day someone would say, who's you guys' top rapper? And then
Mhm.
one of my friends would say, Success is my
Success.
top rapper. That was like one of my dreams that I had when I was doing this, right? I would run outside, call them over my house, come here, listen to this, give them free CDs, write my damn name on it like they was like, like it was really cool to think.
Mhm.
And then a couple of years ago, I started working with a producer, and he was like, why are you worried about them? Right? And he said, we're going to change all of this. Right? So now I'm like, okay, well, cool. Who do we focus on? Right? I'm
Mhm.
like, who do we focus on? He said, well, who's on your page? Who's really talking to you? Like who's really liking your stuff? That's who we focus on. You know, and then after we realized that strategy was still like maybe 5 or 10 people, right? Because like I said, no one gave a damn, right? That
Mhm.
strategy 5 or 10 people. So now he says, okay, well, what's our next? What's our next strategy? Because 10 people ain't enough. He said, well, now you start to focus on the people. What do everybody have all the time? A birthday.
Mhm.
What do everybody have? A mom, a dad.
Mhm.
Problems, obstacles, things that they have to overcome. I said, okay, yeah, true. He said, well, that's what we're gonna focus on. Let's focus on that. And for some time, I was trying to figure out what did he mean by that. What did he mean by that? Like everybody got obstacles, everybody got things like that. And then it hit me last year. I told everybody what I read and when I started studying, COVID forced you to really start thinking about, okay, how are we gonna survive, right? But
Mhm.
when I'm reading, when I'm studying, I'm reading these things and lights are going off in my head because I was always around the industry, but I
Mhm.
wasn't never one of those people that thought um how to get in the industry. I was always like, if I'm in here, I'm in here. I'm in here. I'm
Right.
good, right? But then when you start realizing, all right, COVID happens, and you start realizing, all right, it's time now. People say they're gonna do this. People say they're gonna do that. I've
Mhm.
done my part, because
Yeah.
like I said, if someone if someone that's in the industry comes to me and say, "Yo, you need to start wearing your shoes. Your shoes on you wearing your left foot on your right foot. We wear our left. We wear them on the. We switch them up.
Mhm.
I would have done that. I would have looked
Mhm.
at his feet, and if his left shoe was on his right foot and his right foot was on his left foot, I would have changed that, right?
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
and it's and it's not because I wanted to be him, but because he said that's what we do up here. What do you do? you know,
Yeah.
and that I'm not gonna be like, yo, you're weird. One of my
Mhm.
best friends, this is my best friend say, he says the craziest shit to me. He says, look, man, just don't do no gay shit. Right? That's what he
What?
says. Because me and my friend, we like he studies shit too.
Mhm.
So he's like, I'm out. I don't want to be in the industry. They're gonna make you do some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, they don't make you do gay shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yes, they are. Yes, they are. That's his whole thing. And I'm like, no, it's not about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But the reality of the situation is these are called conforms. Like, I mean, a nigga ain't gonna get to the NBA unless he work out like the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, if they tell him he can't wear Nike, because it's not rep by the NBA, he can't wear Nike.
Yeah.
You know, well, a lot of us like shit. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Shit, I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna make that statement. You know, I'm gonna speak on it. You know, okay, speak on it. But we gotta live with our decisions. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to move as an exec in the industry, then you gotta learn how is this exec able to move like that, right?
Yeah.
And man, when I tell y'all, it takes time. But when I tell y'all that I have utilized every single tool that I tell y'all on here, I mean from the goddamn marketing and promo,
Mm-hmm.
from from the goddamn collabing with other artists and other producers, from the art of splits and giving other producers percentages and royalties, from the art of having your publishing company, the art of having your writers side of your ASCAP or your BMI. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I tell y'all these things because these are things that I'm like, huh, register your shows. You performing,
Mm-hmm.
ain't you? Register your shows.
Yeah.
If you
A lot
bringing
of
people,
artists don't even do that part.
I mean, a lot of them don't know how. And I got right. I started a service about in September. I started a service, Sixxcess Music Marketing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a lot of people a lot of the artists that I reached out to, this their exact words. I won't ever buy streams. I won't ever buy followers and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. And I 100% agree with them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm like, no, you don't buy followers, you don't buy streams, but you need to buy services of people that know how to get your music out there. Now, I'm like, even if y'all don't trust people, y'all trust YouTube, y'all trust Instagram, and you trust Facebook.
Now I want you to back up for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because Takashi had put out that streams are bought. You can buy your streams to get you to that number one spot or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you can.
So when I be
Been for
hearing number
years.
when I be hearing number ones and stuff, and you see how certain people stay at the top, I think it's more so the labels or
Finance.
whoever buying them streams up, running those numbers up with the money. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily active people streaming that music. I believe that labels purchase them streams or however it goes, but that's just how it is now. So I mean,
But like, let me like
am I
with
wrong or like, do you
no,
understand
you
what I'm trying to
right, you
say?
right, you right,
Okay.
100% right. And I tell everybody this: what do they think it meant when Jay Z used to say, "I bought all my records, now I get $1 every time they sold"? What do they think that it meant when Birdman said, I put 100 million on my artists"? I
Yeah.
mean, records have been bought. So let me tell y'all, the labels used to go out and they you know how an artist already knows his numbers? The labels
Hmm.
would go out and say 30,000, we're gonna make 30,000 copies, 50,000 copies, right? Back in the
Right.
day, those copies used to be good enough to get you gold, 50,000 get you gold or whatever, right? So the
Hmm.
label will go out, we're gonna get 50,000 copies. Now, these 50,000 copies cost them what, about 20 cents to make, something like that. They put them out. Now they're already putting them out. The sales of these CDs are like $10 to sell them.
Hmm.
They don't get any percentage of that, right?
Hmm.
They just get the actual unit sold. But
Hmm.
what do? We'll buy these 30,000,
Hmm.
right? So now we own them. So now instead of us having to give the store percentage, the store's already made the $10 a CD. or the
Mhm.
$8 or $7 a CD or whatever that price was that the store had to pay for them. You buy them, right? So now
Right.
you know the record label know we've already sold 50,000 units because we bought them. Now we just need people to come in and physically buy them so we can get our money back.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how an artist ends up on labels or stand on the shelf because he didn't buy any of his own 50,000 units. He let the
Mhm.
label buy them all. So now when all this money is coming back in from that record, unless he sold over 50,000, he ain't making any money. Because
Mhm.
why? We haven't these are our records. These ain't bought yet. You know, until these are bought, what are you gonna do? Yes,
Yeah.
you're gold. You're gonna walk in here happy as hell. You're gold. Yes, you're a
Mhm.
gold artist, but you didn't do anything,
Mhm.
so you're not gonna get paid. You're gonna just take
Yeah.
whatever we gave you, and hopefully you do enough to recoup back on your next album.
Mm.
You know, but what do artists supposed to do in that situation? And if you're an artist that's in a situation like that, this is what you're supposed to do. When your record hasn't hit the numbers that you needed to hit, and you haven't met the quota for your extension or your advance or whatever money it is you're supposed to be owed, you hit
Mhm.
the road. You get on tour, right? I mean, because that's gonna
Mm.
make more people go out and buy,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Mhm.
now we're in a world where streams can be bought and digital era where streams can be bought. So artists are meeting their goals
Mhm.
because guess what? It does not matter to the industry how these numbers are gotten. You just got to reach them
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's like football, right?
Mhm.
There was a wide receiver last year that needed, I think, 3 catches, and he would be able to get a bonus.
Mhm.
So the last game of the season, his team went out and intentionally threw him 3 passes so he can get his bonus.
Mm.
Now, did he cheat? Did he buy his bonus? No. He did what he had to do to get his money. He knew what had to be done and did it.
Mhm.
So I don't understand this narrative that it's new, right?
Mhm.
Only thing that's new in the game, and y'all put I hope all y'all sitting down because I'm about to blow y'all mind. But the only thing that's new in the game right now is information.
Mm.
Like you just know now.
Yeah.
You know that's the only thing new. I mean,
Mhm.
you just know. Listen, y'all don't even know how many people, and I mean uppers. I've had uppers like labels hit me and like, what are you doing? You can't share this shit. And I'm like, well,
Somebody got to teach the people.
I mean, y'all get it paid. Yeah, I had a label call me this morning to say we got to figure out a way to get out this information that you're sharing with people, but it can't be coming from you. You know, like
What the hell?
it can't be coming from you
Why
because
not?
what they call the when you teach people how to make money, what you're doing from people is taking money.
Mm, yeah, I can see that.
You know, if I teach a person how to make 10,000, 20,000, $100,000 a year, he just took $100,000 out of somebody who was taking it from him in the beginning. Because I want to tell
Mm.
all you artists, y'all are being paid. Are you picking up your money? No, but you're being paid. Think about it.
Mm.
A lot of y'all have not walked into the office and picked up your checks.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And when I think about it, like I am starting a label, guys. I want to help every artist. I want to
Mm.
sign every artist that we can. I want to put together. I've been starting to sign artists for the last 3 months. I've already signed almost 20 artists right now, right?
Mhm.
And within the next year, it's going to be a flood. I'm going like Motown, right?
Mhm.
I'm going like fucking the new QC. How y'all see? Like
Mhm.
fucking No Limit Soldiers was going right.
Mhm.
Everybody get a shot. You want to put out a record? Let's put out a record. You want to tour? Let's tour. You want to go on the road? Let's go on the road. You want to make money and live off your music? Let's live off your music. The sad thing is, I don't care if you 18
Mm-hmm.
or 56. But
Oh shit.
if you over that 40 mark,
First
you
lady in the
you got
building.
to go down and think like what's current, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
want no 56-year-old that's talking that's sunnying and still thinking that it's last month, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yes, I want to be more transparent. I want to build something that's transparent where artists can walk in and ask me, "Look, man, like, hey, I want to make 10,000 this month. How can I
Mm-hmm.
do that? Go on tour, tour bus
Mm.
outside.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm starting to learn so much that it makes me sit back and plan retirement at 40. I plan on retiring by 40.
You plan on retiring by 40.
Yep, yep.
Why are you retiring?
You know why? Because at this point right here, I want a mark, right? I
Mm-hmm.
want a mark, and then after I reach that mark, I want to help everyone reach that mark that wants to reach it.
Mm.
I will have everything that I asked for business wise to
Mm-hmm.
be able to give that to people by the time I'm
Mm-hmm.
40. And I realized something. I spent the last 3 years of my life really catering to other artists. And I want to tell y'all something. If I would have not been doing that, I would have already be wherever everything that y'all thinking about and talk about. Y'all have to make these sacrifices and put yourselves first. Like, I'm seeing a lot of these promoters popping up now, and it's getting hot. The show's about to start opening up, and
Yep.
promoters are asking and saying things that are hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
I went into a show like KV Hunter was talking about, and they say $20 to get in, and then it was like $50 to perform, and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So I'm asking the nigga, I'm like, so you asking for $70 to perform in front of a bunch of rappers? I get into a debate with a promoter, and y'all know me. I don't really be caring about shouting them out like that. But to me, he's not even a real promoter. He's just one who leeches off the ideas of what promoting is. But in the same breath, the question was asked: whose job is it to make an event pop? And I asked this question last week, and I really wanted to go into details with it because a lot of people know that I'm a big advocate on do not pay these promoters to perform. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to explain to y'all something. As an artist, you are not supposed to be paying for a slot. You are supposed to be paying to provide an experience. I'm
Mm.
sorry. Performing one song in front of a bunch of rappers is not an experience that one needs unless you're talking about you want social. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
known around my rapper peers. I want all
Mm-hmm.
my peers to know I rap. And if your goals in life is to let everybody in the city, in your city that you come from, all the rappers know that you rap, be my guest. Get on every showcase in the world. You know what I'm telling you? But
Yeah.
handle your business. If you paying to perform, handle your business. You should be
Mm-hmm.
seeing your return on your investment. Like when I say you don't pay to perform, you don't pay to perform. I mean, but do Walmart have to pay to put stuff in Walmart? Do they have to buy merchandise to,
Yeah.
to sell it? Well, yeah, they do. So, do you have to your merchandise is you performing? So, yes, you're gonna have to pay to put your stuff in the stores. Unfortunately, the stores is in front of people, so it
Mm-hmm.
may cost something. But
Yeah.
if you're not going in there to sell something, I mean, you get your streams up, get your numbers up, get your following up, kiss some babies, take some pictures. Half of y'all are going in there posting up on the wall in your clips, in your groups, and you're leaving out. You haven't taken any pictures with anyone. You haven't done anything with anyone. You haven't met, been social at all. You
Mm-hmm.
just went up there to yell that you was the best. And you went up there to let everybody hear your song and you rapped and rolled. Then you really paid for nothing. Because if you think that you're paying for a bunch of rappers to call you the best when we're all in here to do the same thing, then you're paying for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the most I've ever paid for a show? Like I said, $200. But that was a fest, a summer fest or whatever it was, and there was a bunch of kids there. There was a bunch of people there. I kissed some babies.
Mm-hmm.
I shouted out. I handed out some cards. After I left the event, I literally had I think 60 more followers on my social media. I think
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple of more monthly listeners on my Spotify. And then most of all, I registered the show and got paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, all right, I got on the stage, I got my money back. I'm happy. I met some people, I kissed some babies. I'm good to go. And what I mean by kissing babies, y'all, that's like when presidents go on their campaigns and meet people and photo ops, just do things that it might not necessarily do. Sometimes you gotta meet people, stand beside people, take pictures of people,
Mm-hmm.
talk to people, to make yourself relevant. A lot of these people ask me, what's fake marketing? Well, fake marketing is the people that buy their streams or buy their
Mm-hmm.
marketing, their campaigns, and don't do any of this stuff. I mean, you just want to go and skip the line that bad that you don't do anything. I mean, I had an artist literally pay for marketing and then I said, when's your shows? You got any shows? Nah. I'm just trying to hit 1 million streams. I'm like, well, who the fuck knows you? And I had to tell him. I said, this is just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, this is just dumb. A waste of your money. I said, you're doing all this for nothing. No one's gonna your goal. I thought, what is your goal? I mean, don't tell me your goal is to make money, guys, because streaming money is no money. You can have
Mm-hmm.
1 million streams, and if you're waiting 3 months to get $3,000 or $2,000, because that's all your return is. If you pay a person $2,500 to get $4,500, it's only a $2,000 investment. And if you wait in 6 months to get $2,000, then I really have to question what you in this for. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
really? And
Yeah.
if you want to do that, $4,000 I want to pay $4,000. I want to pay this everything to keep running my streams up to make $2,000. All right, that's cool, guys. You guys
Mm-hmm.
doing your things. You guys, we get it. We see all the streaming numbers you guys throw out there. We see all the catalogs and things like that. And we understand these things. Get on playlists, blah, 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 curators, blah, blah, blah. The curators are the new DJs. Things like that,
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to be on Rap Caviar, they may charge you, they may not. But they say that they don't charge you, but it's time that they require, right? They
Mm-hmm.
want you on their webs, they want you on their playlist, they want you playing on their playlist, they want you following their playlist, they want you
Mm-hmm.
sharing their playlist, they want you always commenting on their playlist. All the while, what is that doing? Taking the attention away from your playlist and you. When you as the artist can create your own playlist, reach out, throw the same mainstream artists that are on these playlists as a Rap Caviar. You can throw these same. You can put the baby new song, Lil Baby's new song, J Cole's new song, Conway for all you people that know who he is. I don't know, but y'all can put all his new songs on your own playlist along with your music, and now you created your own Rap Caviar.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all ain't even thinking like that because what does that cost you? That costs you $10 a month, and y'all don't even want to pay that. And like I was saying, Jezebel, they say that they don't trust marketing. They don't
Mm-hmm.
trust the scammers, but yet Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube offer a marketing section and Google that y'all still don't hit that button and use their own analytics and use their system.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, don't just listen. Don't tell me that y'all don't trust marketing. Y'all don't want to spend no money,
Yeah.
but yet you want to call yourselves a business.
Yeah.
But that's why you go to work every day. You go to work
Mm-hmm.
every day because you know you're not a business. You know what the
Mm-hmm.
business is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to get to a point where artists to understand something, young. We have way more power than we think. We got more
Mm-hmm.
power than the labels. We got more power than the agencies. I'm
Mm.
gonna tell y'all like RCA Records. Hey, our senior vice president told me, he said, Six, he said, bro, that's how he talking because he white. He said, bro, you you got it, but you
Mm.
don't got numbers. That's what we got, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing that he said to me, y'all, because a lot of people thinking that we talking money, but I told y'all, if you work for a year, if you work for 6 months to a year, work your ass off, you will be generating enough income monthly and quarterly to survive as a music
Mm.
artist. It takes a 6 month to a year work investment. I'm talking about every night hitting shows. I don't give a damn if it's Joe's, Moe's, or Flo's. You hitting them shows. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Because that's how you getting all your. That's these people are the people that pay for you to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You best believe y'all like to go to Red Lounge. Shout out Red Lounge. Red Lounge is a company that I support because they pay monthly for y'all artists to be in there. I don't think Wafa and Bar even know what they paying for. They just pay it. They don't even give a damn, y'all. They just want y'all to make sure that y'all get what y'all supposed to get. Well, they really probably want to make sure they don't get sued. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But they really take care of y'all. But they drop all this money in there every month, and every single artist walks right by and give it right back to them without even taking theirs.
Mm.
And it's cool. It's cool. Cause that's what artists like real artists do. When I walk in there, I'm putting that shit down, baby. When I perform, and I touch that mic. And they don't give me all of y'all money that y'all been missing. They just give me my cut. I have to look at all y'all money still just sit there. And I have to think to myself, like,
Mm.
I take my cut and I keep it moving. you know?
Yeah.
And that's how life is working right now, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all ain't out here looking at these top 10 lists and understanding that no names and people that's not really still working and people
Mm-hmm.
that's old and things like that are still making it, this is
Mm-hmm.
why I put these things up because I really want y'all to see if y'all think that you can't come out of nowhere and make a
Mm-hmm.
list when these lists is putting people like this above Drake, the number one selling artist in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like this is how this list is going now, guys. If y'all don't
Mm-hmm.
think y'all have a shot, then y'all are lunching. If y'all don't get on your grind and get on top of what you got to do, y'all are
Mm-hmm.
lunching. If y'all don't think this playing field is more level than you think, then you are lunching.
Yeah.
Every day, artists are making their own way, and the sad thing is, those artists are way younger, way smarter, way
Mm-hmm.
faster, and way more abandonment of recklessness. They don't care. They don't. The things that we worry about. Will they like it? Will my friends like it? How do I look? You know, they are on it. How do I sound? Because all of y'all are this like da 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 bo 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 bo. Y'all want to make sure y'all this. They are already ahead of y'all.
Mm.
You know, because at the end of the day, a lot of what y'all are not paying attention to is a lot of these youngins have kids. Whereas though, like we was making kids, well, I had my first one at 19, but most of us started at 23, 25,
Mm-hmm.
27, in our 30s. So when we had kids, we already had a mentality, right?
Yeah.
But these guys having kids at 16, 17,
Mm-hmm.
18 years old. So when they making their music and they in the house, they looking at their baby dance. They looking at
Mm.
the kids that they have dancing to it in the ghetto. They looking at the kids in the hood dancing to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what's
Mm-hmm.
driving them. That's
Mm.
and you know what they say? Oh my God, if they like it, I know this about to go crazy
Yeah.
because they understand that and
Mm-hmm.
they put that bag behind it. But y'all already know that is the daggone show. Can't believe it. That
Before you go, how do you feel about the Mariah Carey and Jay-Z situation?
so honestly, I did not look into it. I heard they
Mhm.
had an argument, right?
Yeah.
A misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I totally understand Mariah Carey's position, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z for too long, and I believe that a lot more artists will be coming out in this because listen, COVID is happening now, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And every artist in the world is learning these things that I'm sharing to y'all. In the next year, I'm gonna have to tell y'all something different
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna be like, oh, we gotta fix that. We gotta do this. We gotta make sure that we gotta fix this now because like right now, artists are wondering where's their money.
Mm.
I seen a major guys like because like I said, with my company that I do now, people send me all of the information, like how much they're being paid through their
Mm-hmm.
ASCAP, their BMIs, how much they're being paid through their streaming, and I look at their numbers and I look at what they're doing and I look at how they moving and how they promoting their stuff and how they marketing their stuff, and I tell them, okay, well, this is why you're not getting paid. This is why you're not getting paid. Let's get it here,
Mm-hmm.
And within 6 months, we start building their process like that, right? And the reason why
Yeah.
I tell y'all 6 months is because these are the music industry schedules. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't make these schedules, I just follow them. Every 6 months
Yeah.
with ASCAP, every year with BMI, but you get paid your quarterlies every, if y'all know your quarterly time. Right now it's about to be publishing time. Next month it's gonna be writers time. Then the month after that it's gonna be international time, and it's gonna start right back over. If y'all don't understand that, then that's y'all gotta get that because this is how you get paid. These are like paycheck days, paydays. Y'all don't know these things. So
Mm-hmm.
when all these artists are looking for their payments and they start to get these little ass checks, right? They realize it. Oh my God, I signed with my friend and didn't. I thought I had to read with my friend too. I
Mm.
had to read the details with my friend too.
Mm.
Like you supposed to be an artist, and this is how you do me, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody is now realizing the transparency in the game is so open, and like I keep telling you guys, the smoke and mirror with the word masters that y'all keep thinking is so small. It's so tiny. Like it's so tiny that even with all the knowledge that I have, guys, if y'all ask me what I give away my masters, I would sell them in a second. I would let the labels own them for anything upwards to 500,000 to a couple million. I would let them have them. I would let them fucking have all of them and do what they got to do to make me money.
Yeah.
So yeah, but now these artists they want their platforms, and I've never liked Jay Z. I keep telling you guys, Jay Z to me, honestly, like Jay Z to me, like he's one of the realest hustlers in the game that we had. He's a smart, tactical person. You know what I'm saying? He's like a jock. And I think the reason why I don't like a person like Jay Z is because Jay Z thinks like I think. We'll be in the room, and if the door keep on opening and we see people back there working, we trying to figure out what they're doing back there. How that's happening. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people in the room, they're focusing on what's in the room and not focusing
Mm-hmm.
on what's happening behind the scenes to make it happen. Right?
Right.
Because like a lot of times that's how you're making your money behind the
Mm.
scenes, behind the door. They
Yeah.
ain't letting you see that because they can't let you see the buttons that's pushed. Once
Mm-hmm.
you see the buttons that's pushed, will you need them?
No.
And one thing about it is, I'm telling y'all the buttons to push. The only thing that I have not done is opened up another screen here and walked y'all through the process of registering hand by hand. And
Mm.
I'm simply not going to do that. I'm simply not going to do that because that's just no. I'm not going to do that. You have to learn. I'm telling you what to do. Read, read, read,
Mm-hmm.
read. You know, or hit me in my DMs and send me a cash app. We get you squared away. I'm just saying. I'm simply not going to do that because it takes time, a little bit too much time for me to
Yeah.
do it. You know, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for y'all to be sending me money and me take money. I have my own companies. I have my own business. I have a Success Publishing House doing very well. We have over 160 songs now published, and we're on our way up to 130 once we get once we get this new artist up and running. We're up to that now. So we're doing well, you know what I'm saying? We have now signed up 20 artists, 21 artists now, and we are in the process of signing more and more artists. And like we're doing well, I'm not looking at the industry like I'm not no longer looking at the industry like an obstacle that we have to get in. I'm looking at it like, all right, well, I gotta play like I'm already in it. Gotta play
Right.
ball, right? So I understand the rules. And
Mm-hmm.
like I told my wife, I said, shit, look, we look at our competition. And
Mm.
if we can't be Zara or Louis Vuitton when we start, we can start with Walmart or Amazon. How do they
Mm-hmm.
do it? Make it affordable for everybody. Make
Yeah,
room for everybody to get in.
that's
And
true.
then you start expanding yourself and branching yourself and things like that. And a
Mm.
lot of us artists, y'all gotta start thinking that way the same too. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make yourself for everybody. And then you can start branching it and establishing yourself. A lot of y'all are really headstrong on. So many artists tell me like, you dumb yourself down, you water yourself down. I don't water myself down. I
Mm.
may water my sound. I tell a lot of people, I said I water my sound. I said, but shit, too much sugar in your Kool-Aid to make you go crazy and not want to drink it.
Yeah.
So you got to put a little bit of water in it sometimes.
Mm.
Not enough, not enough, not enough. Make it all tangy and shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta blend to make everything just right. And if you want to be just right, you
Mm.
gotta fucking follow the ones before you that were just right. You can't. Oh, y'all keep thinking you gonna be original, make your own lane. I'm here to tell you. Unfortunately, that's not the game. You
What you
make your
smoking on?
own lane. So I am smoking on some blueberry runt, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. My eyes are low, and I hit a J. I hit a little bit of the J. I'm a super high shit on show, but I'm smoking on some blueberry runts that I got from the good old DMV. Shout out DMV, y'all. Dude, I gotta tell y'all one thing, y'all. This may take a minute, but I did get some huff, y'all, last week. And I fell for the okie doke. So I ended up with 2 ounces of 2 different flavors of huff. Now, I know I have a rule, y'all, about Baltimore, and it's trees. But they had some bullshit up there, y'all. I got 2 ounces of it, and it was some bullshit. I had 2 different flavors. I had some gelato, I had some banana OG. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I smoked it first. But I smoked it out of a sheet. Sheets are very deceitful. You sheets and funnel you sheets and funnel smokers are some deceiving ass people.
Hold on 1 second, six.
I
Hold
was
on.
yeah.
Okay, no, I can't do that. Hold on, wait 1 second. My phone was about to die, so I had to. Okay, all right. Now I'm listening.
You sheet and funnel smokers are some deceitful ass people. Because the weed was tasting okay in the white boy, but maybe, maybe it was just the white boy. But as soon as I put it in one of my old handy dandy leaves, it got disgusting. It got horrible. And I rolled a little bit of leaf, got disgusting. It's horrible. Didn't really get me high like that either. And I was pretty upset about it. So, Baltimore, this one's for you. You are part of Huftopia. I will not be getting any more Baltimore weed probably the duration of my life from Baltimore. So, yeah, guys, I don't know if they're going to get better. I don't really care if they get better. I won't be getting any bud from BMO anymore. It's officially on the do not buy list.
Oh wow.
Weed, terrorism. Then I see why people from Baltimore used to wait hours until the person get out there. Now I see. Y'all in Flint Road, y'all might got neck and neck with the Hub Zone. So Jezebel, what you got coming up?
Well, you know it's Pride Month, so I want to shout out to all of my LGBT friends and family out there. You guys are great, amazing people. Y'all know how to party. I'm telling you, last night or yesterday, that's why I can't remember what day it is. Okay, definitely partying with my brothers and sisters in there. So yeah, y'all rock on all month. Friday, we'll be back. Fried Fridays will be back the 20, I think it's the 25th or the 26th, that Friday, whatever Friday that is.
Okay.
Also, what else is going on? Oh, y'all make sure to run them streams up. For
Yeah.
That's So Six. And we getting ready for this album release party. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be lit, y'all.
Yeah.
So bring your
Hey,
ass home, Six.
I'll be there. I'll be there on the 28th, y'all. So we're gonna party up. We're gonna definitely turn up, y'all. We're gonna turn up. Actually, I'll be there the 27th. I'll be there the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I'll be there for a couple weeks. So y'all already know. I'm gonna stop by your Friday that Friday.
Yeah.
And y'all already know I need y'all to definitely run those streams up. When you said Pride Week, it was funny. I was laughing because I remember I had the DJ at this show, and it was when I walked in, it was a gay show. It was a gay party, and I didn't know when they booked me.
They know how to fucking. I was at Nelly's.
I never
And
heard that much Whitney Houston in my life.
I went from one club to the next club and woke up in my car in Silver Spring. So yeah, that's all I remember.
Well, you all know at this time you should be rolling up another J, putting those ashes in the ashtray, and putting out them roaches. Cause look, I am, and we out.
We out. See you next week. Bye, y'all.
See ya.